Heat and thermal energy. Scientific explanation. Thermal energy is the result of the movement of tiny particles in solids, liquids, and gases. Heat is the energy transferred from a hotter object to a colder object. Energetics explanation. If an object gets warmer or colder, it has thermal energy. So if there is an object that can change temperature, it has thermal energy. As an object gets warmer, the particles it's made of move faster and spread out. As an object gets colder, the particles it's made of move more slowly and pack tightly together. How do the particles in the pictures relate to the way you feel when you are hot or cold? So think about this. These red particles are warm and they move faster and farther apart. So when we're hot, think about this. You don't really want to be wearing heavy clothes. You probably don't want to be packed tightly in a big group together. You want to be able to move and have some space and cool off. When you look at the purple cold particles, you're noticing that the cold particles, they're shaking a little bit. They're really close together and they're not moving very much. When we are cold, it helps us to be in a group by other people where we can kind of get warm with each other, right? So we can think about these particles in the same way. How do you know the difference between heat energy and thermal energy? Thermal energy is the total internal energy of the system. For example, hot cocoa and cold chocolate. Both of these things have thermal energy. The hot cocoa has particles that are moving faster and a little bit farther apart. The cold chocolate milk has particles that are closer together and they are moving very slowly. Both of these objects have thermal energy. It doesn't matter how cold or how hot it is. If it can get colder or if it can get hotter, that means that it has thermal energy. Heat energy is given off by an object or transferred to another object. So heat energy doesn't change. Heat energy is always hot. It just gets transferred to an object or it gets taken from an object. So heat energy is different because it just moves in or out of an object. Changes in heat can be measured with a thermometer. Thermometers measure temperature in degrees Celsius and Fahrenheit. Notice that the words thermal and thermometer share the root therm. In Greek, therm means heat. You may also recognize therm in other words, such as thermos and thermal underwear. Some examples of things that have thermal energy include the sun and an oven that is baking cookies. People have thermal energy too. This is what your assignment will be today. The instructions say to pick which picture of the pair has the most thermal energy and which one has less thermal energy. You're going to sort these pictures into the correct category. So you're thinking, which object has more thermal energy? Which one is hotter? Which object has less thermal energy? Which one is colder? Happy learning!